Hi, I'm Beth Blake Arrington, a part-time library assistant at the Carteret County Public Library here in Beaufort, and this is Book Talks. Today I'm on the bestseller list, and it's a bit bittersweet. I started John Le Carre's espionage novels more than 40 years ago with Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, and I still remember the passages and the terror of Carla, the Soviet intelligence officer. Le Carre mixed great plots with an obvious voice that knows the ins and outs of British intelligence and spycraft. But this time, it's perhaps his last novel, but more on that later. It's titled Silverview. And what an appropriate title! While Silverview is the name of the estate in the novel, it's also a silver-haired look back at service, honor, duty, careers, marriage, and family. And if you haven't picked up a Le Carre novel, I urge you to try this one. It's just over 200 pages, a fast read, with an intricate plot, and it's worth the attention to detail. As for Le Carre, just a little background. David John Moore Cornwell was a young officer in the British Secret Service 60 years ago. He published his first novel under the French-sounding surname, as his bosses would not let him use his real name for obvious reasons, national security and all that. His novel, The Spy Who Came In From the Cold, set the stage to remake the spy novel and became the 1965 movie with the wonderful Richard Burton. Le Carre's trademark was set, and you know he knows his subject. The plots are twisted into a tightrope with a painfully sharp look at policies and people, usually with a troubled childhood and often an unfaithful wife. While Le Carre died last year, we are left, thankfully, with this, his 26th novel. We meet Julian Laudsley, a sharp financier who at 33 has made his fortune and decides to up out of the world of high finance, landing in a small seaside town in East Anglia, where he opens a bookshop. He describes himself, "I have forsaken the glitter of gold for the scent of old paper." It doesn't take long, though, for a stranger to pop in. Edward Avon, a Polish émigré, is not buying. He's chatting books and authors, and he's quite knowledgeable and quite a character. Flowing white hair, Homburg hat, umbrella, describes himself as a British mongrel. He convinces Julian, later landing saying the idea had belonged to Julian in the first place, to open the basement into a section called the Republic of Literature. Now, doesn't that sound lovely? Only classics, great thinkers, and drops the name of the author W.G. Sebald, who authored The Rings of Saturn. Edward reveals in later conversation he's a retired MI6 agent. Remember, MI5 domestic, MI6 foreign. And says he knew Julian's father, thus the connection to the bookstore and the drop-in. Whether that holds up upon further review is another matter. Edward engages Julian on a mission to deliver a letter to a woman in a London suburb. Julian asks, "Well, what do I call her? Mary?" And Edward responds, "That's fine." So you know the intrigue is on. And so comes the other subplot. Edward is being investigated by the service's head of domestic security, Stuart Proctor, and he has a subplot as well. Strictly upper class, Proctor is sniffing out Edward, suspicious he harbors some consuming passion, which is a no-no in the service and could be leading to a leak. So Proctor is on the search for Edward, and Julian gets caught up in the intrigue. Throughout the Proctor narrative comes the theme, the reckoning. What is it all about? Was it worth it? The remote stations, running spies, Bosnia, shock and awe, Afghanistan. The end is fast in coming. Pay attention. It's interesting. Check the afterword by the author's son, but wait until you finish, though. He offers his thoughts on why Le Carre didn't publish this one earlier. He started this work a decade ago. And it leaves you with the impression There may be more manuscripts just lying around in the study. I hope you enjoyed this. Come and see us and check all our books, and have a great day.